J. Cole, he's back, brand new record. It is the long awaited album, The Fall Off. It's finally here. It's a double album. There's a lot going on this record, a lot of material. And, a couple things I want to say starting off. When did it become, or specifically why did it become in a strange way that it's uncool to like J. Cole or to be a big J. Cole fan? Now, I'm personally not like this die-hard fan of J. Cole. I do like him. I like his records for the most part, but I have noticed this very weird shift in the last couple of years where if you say, I love J. Cole, people look at you like you're some kind of nerd or like, oh, I bet you read books too, you book reading ass nigga. But yeah, I didn't understand that shift as far as people's views of J. Cole. And another thing is, this record is a double album, and in my personal opinion, I feel like people don't realize how few double albums actually truly like validate being a double album. Like you can take 90% of double albums in existence, and if you really wanted to, you could edit it down to one record and leave a bunch of decent quality B-sides because not everything is truly essential. I can name about 5 double albums that I feel like I don't want to touch those. I need all of it. Now, I will say off the rip, just up front and honestly, I would not include this record on those list of albums that need everything. There's a lot on here. There's a lot on here that doesn't do that much for me, but I admire the effort. I think that this is deeply personal. I think there is a lot of heart. I think a lot of reflection. And I do think emotionally, the double album is warranted, if not musically. Now, the key thing that I want to say positively about this record is that this is a phenomenal homage to hip hop, the history of hip hop. There are numerous shout outs and interpolations of classic hip hop tracks throughout the years, and J. Cole, as a lyricist, is sharp as ever. He is a great, great rapper. I don't know how people rank him strictly as a lyricist, but I do feel like years from now, maybe when J. Cole is done, people will think of him maybe as a top 10 rapper just based on his material, his flow, and delivery. He is absolutely incredible. No one can take that away from him. Now, with this record, listening to it, and as far as it being an enjoyable experience, I will say that at points, this does feel like a bit of a slog. I think that there are pockets of this process where a lot of the tracks kind of blend together and also just feel like a real bummer. Now, I don't want to dismiss it. That sounds really, I don't know. I'm making it sound like it's something that doesn't warrant being said as far as like his personal emotions, the things that he's experienced in his life, because this record is for sure a chronicling of J. Cole's life, his strife, his ups and downs, his relationships. But at the same time, there are moments where I kind of feel like, can you give me just a few more bangers? Could you give me a few more tracks to kind of nod my head to and just get a little bit more amped up? Because I get it. You have problems. I have problems too. But sometimes it feels like a bit much, a little too heavy handed, if you will. When I was listening to this record, and I've listened to it from beginning to end now 3 times, so I feel like I can give a fair opinion on this project as a whole. But listening to this, for some reason, I found myself thinking about the last Playboy Cardi record. How, to me, that album was just this really big hard drive dump. I have 20, 30, 40 tracks. Can you put it together and make it into an album? Now, I don't want to say I think this record is that. This is more of a refined, mature, more crafted version of the Playboy Cardi album, which is really strange to say. Like, these are not the same thing at all. I don't even know why I'm saying this. It's just that there's so much material, and we've been waiting for this album for so long. Like, this record has been hinted at for years now, and it feels like this is a bunch of tracks that have existed for quite some time, and now it's put together as one big epic finale in a way. And I do appreciate the emotion. Again, I do have to harp on that because there is a lot that J. Cole is just pouring his heart out, being very vulnerable, and just kind of giving you a very clear picture into his life as a performer, as a man, as a black man in America, as a father, as anything. Whatever he is, he's telling you all about it in pretty descriptive detail. But again, it's a ton of material. It's a ton of material that I think could have been a really great 14 track project, but instead it's 24 tracks at like an hour and 40 minutes. I don't know how many more times I'm going to listen to this. I don't regret listening to this. I do think it's worth your time to at least dive into and check out, but I don't know if I needed all of this all at the same time. But I admire the effort. 7 sticks of butter. Peace, love, butter.